Blessings, family. Much love. Jesse Tree here. I hope you are having a beautiful, beautiful day, realizing you are Buddha, that you are as a being of creation, imbued with divine intelligence, and that you're a light being. And that's the subject of this video. I am Jesse Boudreau. I am a herbalist, permaculturalist, and breatharian slash pranic practitioner. And I have been essentially on the pranic path for something like 20 years or more, unwittingly. That's something I would like to get into today in a little bit of detail. First of all, I want to clear up this thing about breatharianism. A lot of people take it to mean eating nothing at all or drinking nothing at all. There are breatharians who can do that. I'm fortunate enough to be in communication with one. My friend slash heart teacher, who I have yet to meet, Elitam Alamin, is going to be joining us here in September for a wonderful retreat on pranic activation. And I'm really pleased to be working with him. He's like an amazing personage, very knowledgeable, very unassuming, and truly kind and sweet. And so I urge you, if you're interested in fasting and pranic living, to join us here in September in New Mexico. We're going to do forest bathing, forest tai chi. I'm going to go over some herbs, that I've used to activate this practice myself, Taoist tonic herbs, as well as other plants and foods and things. And I care to share a little bit of this with you today in case you're interested. I feel this is actually, this thing of breatharianism, kind of a misnomer. Everyone's a breatharian. Everyone. You need air more than you need water or food. You can go quite a bit of time without food. You can go less time without water, and you can go almost no time at all without air, right? So that just shows you right there that you're a breatharian. You need to breathe, and we can do this unconscious breathing where the body breathes itself, or we can conscientiously breathe. And that's the basis of this practice, is breath awareness, breath practice. I'm a Buddhist, and I've been a Buddhist for like 20 years. Was initiated first into higher consciousness by, plants and stuff, as well as my own self, medicinal psychedelic mushrooms and cannabis, and that's pretty much the planet plea. I've kept it straight herbs my whole life. I did experience LSD one time or two, and it was not as beneficial, I found, as mushrooms to my soul. So I'm kind of coming to you on the eve of maybe experimenting and experiencing some more of that medicine I haven't worked with in a long time. So back to this breatharian thing. It's this thing of putting your awareness on breath practice and the way this can build chi in the body. Simultaneously, it's incorporating diet, herbs, and fasting to prepare the body and the vessel for the consciousness that will come in. And many of you have experienced this through switching to raw foods or doing juice fasts. It cleans up the energetic channels, the eliminatory channels, dissolves the mucus out of the body, and makes it so your light body can move more freely. So here at our Zia Energetics School of Permaculture and Herbalism, we discussed the 4 elements theory that is part of herbalism across the globe, of earth, wind, fire, and water, that you're a being of these elements. In modern scientific terms, that's, solids, gases, liquids, and energy. So this isn't too far-fetched or far off. It's, very realizable, and that we're made of these constituents. So we talk about how it's important to make your body of the good things of the earth, the earth element, and to bring in high mineral, high nutrient density foods, and then you'll be less hungry. And that's part of the practice here. We do juicing, we do raw foods, and they're higher in enzymes, higher in minerals, and especially with juicing, you get very dense nutrient, very little digestive work. Your body can work more on cellular cleanup and what have you. And this essentially reverses aging, turns on the immune system, also can help with clarity of thought and actualization. So that's what I'm here to share with you today, my experience. Been meditating for 20 years, experimenting with raw food diets and wild foods and herbalism for 10 years. And it's been an amazing healing path for me, and this is part of it as well, as taking on the life cultivation practice. It's not about stopping eating, and then just going with it. This is like a long time commitment, part of an activation. That breath, not eating, is not part of the goal. The goal is to activation of consciousness and the crystallization of the highest potential that we can offer, to ourselves and the world. So, you want to make your body of the, good earth. You want to get pure, beautiful waters to make your body out of. You want to get good oxygenation, good air. That prana, that chi that is emanating throughout the entire cosmos. This is something I want to speak to too, of the electricity and energy aspect. We are fountains and drains of electrical energy, and that can be organized, coherent energy, or it can be chaotic, and faint. And so it's through this breath awareness practice that we root into our heart chakra and learn to come from our heart source and not be moved, be in the center of the storm, the toroidal field that's spinning, your emotions. This helps ground that out so your energies aren't expended and wasted. It's also this thing of practicing fasting and opening up the energetic channels. So this thing of using the earth element, getting the nutrient dense foods, and good waters to clean it all up, and then the body just wants to do this thing, and you want to do this thing because it leads to greater and greater health, consciousness, happiness. That's what we're going for, right? That's what we all showed up here for. So trying to keep it under 10 minutes because I'm weary about how much time I have on YouTube because I don't have that many subscribers. But I want to quickly go over a few herbs that I utilize in this practice. And one is to open up the air channel, because that is this primary thing we're trying to activate, is, cultivation of chi in the intestine. Large intestine becomes a tertiary lung once you clean it out. And so part of this, you can use herbs like mullein. Mullein will clean excess mucus out of the lungs. Cordyceps and beets, which increase your VO2, your volume of oxygen intake. Terpenes from, cannabis or pine or, mints or lavender, or plenty of places to get terpenes that will, like a tree has terpenes in it, and the way tree makes oxygen for us, it also activates this potential for greater oxygenation, cleans out parasites, cleans up the mind a little bit. Other herbs I would share would be herbs to increase your jing or your ojas, and that would be things like lion's mane, milky oats, and those things will help rebuild nerves and grow nerves, because part of this is nerve strength. For the electricity to be able to move through you, you need this nerve strength, for you to be able to sustain yourself without food. In the earth element, you also need the cell salts. I don't know if you're aware of the cell salts. There's 12 cell salts. They're based on, potassium, iron, sodium, calcium, etc. That if you burn the body down into nothing but ash, that's what remains, is these 12 salts. So you can incorporate those. Also, you want to use, electrically conductive medicine and things like cacao or magnesium supplement or monatomic gold. This will increase the electrical conductivity of your light body. And we're all truly light beings. We're all golden inside. And this natural enlightenment, life cultivation, pineal gland activation is something that's all our birthright. And we're moving into higher consciousness. It's now time for ascension, planetary And I wish you all well, my brothers and sisters. I hope this is beneficial to you. Hit me up and check out our upcoming event, ziaenergetics.com, or check us out on Facebook. Much love. Peace.